Hi everybody, this is Jen and I wanted to share a message with you this week. So I know that I usually talk about my kids because they're young and they're my whole world, so that's the content that you get from me right now, and I'm sure that will change as the years go on, but they seem to teach me things every day. And recently this summer, my kids and I have been trying to volunteer to greet at some of the masses. And it's a great way for kids that are too young for the choir or to be altar servers to actually serve in the parish, and it makes them feel important. So for a while, my son Vincent, who is bubbly and personable and loves chatting with people, and I know I've spoken about him before, he was doing it with me while my husband and my daughter sat in the pew waiting for us. And to give you kind of an idea, she is much more reserved. So when the priest or when the lector says, you know, it's we're one faith family and please introduce yourself to your neighbor before we start mass, my daughter wants nothing to do with that. So if you're one of those people, she feels you. But so she had never done the greeting before. She just really wasn't interested in it and wanted to keep to herself. And then there was a week that popped up when my son was sick with a fever, and I had signed us up to greet. So I said, look, I'm going to go to the mass and I'll greet and I'll go to mass myself and you guys stay home with dad. And she popped up 5 minutes later and she said, wait, Mom, I want to go with you. So I said, okay, you sure? And, you know, thinking kids, if they get a chance to get out of mass, that they would maybe want to. But she really wanted to come with me. So I said, sure, yeah, come with me. We'll have a good time. You can help me pass out, you know, pamphlets, and you can help me greet. And, you know, she got there and she went to the pew and she did her thing. And she came over to me as I was kind of setting up and she said, I'm going to hold the door. And I said, okay, you can, you know, whatever you are comfortable doing, you do it. And she stood in front of the door while people came in and she gave a great big smile. She did not talk to a soul, but she was very welcoming in her own way. And then this set of grandparents with a little boy came by and they were a little nervous and they said, oh, you know, where should we sit? Is there a place we can sit that's close to an exit? And you know, so I tried to help them, and they said, this is our grandson's first time here at a mass and we just don't know if he's gonna make it. So, you know, Natalie kind of saw me helping them, telling them where to go and where we sat with our kids when they were little and where the bathrooms were. And when they were settled and we were starting to kind of clean up and get to our own pew, she went over and she grabbed a book from the children's library and she just looked at me and pointed, and I said, yeah, go, you want to go bring it to him? And I went over with her and she brought this little boy a couple of the books and the grandparents, and they were just so grateful and thankful, and she smiled at him, and she really didn't talk to them, but she had her own way of kind of building that community and saying, you know, here you go, here's something that might make you feel more comfortable. And she has a great smile, so she definitely pulled the smile out. But it surprised me, the whole thing. She has just never even shown an inkling of wanting to be there, and she really pushed herself to greet people in her way. And I think that, you know, I maybe underestimated her, and I put her in a box that I thought fit, and she kind of proved me wrong, and she made a difference. And I think she is exactly the person that needed to be there for that little boy, for that family, because, you know, as great as my son is Vincent at greeting, and he's high energy. He's a lot, and I think that her kind of demeanor and just kind of calmness, and that's exactly what was needed in that moment. And I can see why she was kind of compelled to come with me to mass. And um, I think it just speaks for the gifts that we bring and the gifts that we have to share, and that you can make an impact and make a difference with really small gestures and small things. But share your gifts, whatever they are, and share them in the way that's comfortable for you. And don't underestimate the quiet ones, because they have a lot to say in their own way. So I hope you all enjoy these last few weeks of summer, and I hope you enjoyed this message, and I will see you all soon. Thanks.